Merry Christmas. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so late, guys. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see me. Hello? Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's bad with what I'm late, okay? I'm so late. Oh, look. I have gifts in the mail today. I received those handcuffs late, so I had to figure out how to, like, you know, put it within the outfit. Okay? So I also have here different. Huh? Oh my, so they arrived. Finally I have handcuffs. Oh my god. Hello. Yeah, welcome. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Look. What a mess. Okay. Oh my god, guys. Hello. Yeah, so finally I got today. So I ordered 2 different kinds, okay, of these handcuffs. So it's like and they have these are weird, okay? These are rubber. I still find it super strange, okay? So they are very flexible. So if you have small hands, it fits, huh? It does. So and then I tied so they could be like rings, okay? And then I have these are very cute. Look. It takes a while because it comes as a keychain, and you have to kind of work it to but you have a key and everything. Okay. Oh, look, you open it. President, this is demonstrations when they arrive with the handcuffs. You can put it on. So, oh my god. So, guys, oh my god, I can't believe I was like, this okay. So, oh my god. Interesting. Oh my god. Okay, guys, let's get started. Okay, so now I have outfit. It was like it was like a struggle, okay, for me to organize it, put it together, and yeah. Oh, and here, look, I got a tree, little tree, Christmas tree. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Everybody, okay? So, oh my god. Yeah, so, oh my god. So it came through, huh? Finally, it's like I'm like observing. Wow. My makeup is a little weird, but it's okay. Sorry. Oh my god. So anyway, I see filter. Let me have version. What do you have version? Oh my god, this is cool. Yeah, guys, so this is the thing. Okay, let's talk about the topics for today, okay? So as you know, not that I'm not a fan. For me, I don't like looking into these things too much because I see too much, like a lot of it, okay? When I look into those, like, those kinds of things, I don't like deliberately just look into it, okay? So then I read the news that I had seen before that Jeffrey Epstein was going to have a trial, and the person who was going to be representing Jane Doe, the victim, is this very famous lawyer, David Boies. Okay, he's supposed to be a genius. Okay, he's like a very, very, very good and very, very respected. So then I was like, oh my god, because I'm not saying that a lawyer, because this is the same guy who represented the Al Gore in that. Okay, so what is it? The Bush versus Gore. He lost. to the conservative guy, but at the same time, it's like you know what I'm saying. It's kind of like it's very. I thought it was very significant because I feel like he's so prominent and he's so well known that I kind of wonder. You know, he's gonna take this guy down. He's not afraid. You know what I mean? He's very powerful. I'm talking about the lawyer, okay? And he's not afraid, and he's gonna go do it. Okay, vamos spray. So you know what I mean? So I'm just like it's significant. Okay, I feel like and the timing just seems perfect. Okay, I just feel like there's just something happening with this. Okay, and then I made him. You know, initially for some reason I thought I got some names confused. So the guy, the labor person. Okay, just one. This is too much, guys, but this is funny. Okay, the labor person, Alex. I always get his name. I have to look it up. Alex something is the guy who does the labor department person who got him off the hook. Can you imagine, guys? And because I used to think, oh, people say like, okay, well, here, look, there is a light, Christmas, emergency. Hello. So, a different speed. Look. Oh my god. Oh, boom, boom. President. Handcuff time, President. We have handcuff for you. It fits. Look, it fit a little hand. Oh my god, guys, does it bother you if I have the whole thing with this on? Maybe a little bit. President. Oh. Oh. So anyway, guys. So it does look like what is it called? Anime, not character. It's like Japanese cartoon character. I love it. It's my dream. I always want to be a Japanese cartoon character. Now I am. Did you think? I think I look like a cartoon character. So guys, no, seriously. I heard I'm talking very serious subjects. Very serious. So it's too much, right? It's too much. Yeah, she's saying it's too much. So I'm like, okay, so we'll turn it off for the moment to have a conversation. Okay, so guys, okay, so basically, what I was saying is that this is significant, okay? And I felt like before I always thought that I thought, what's his name? Putin was gonna give away those things, okay? But guys, it is like it is too much. What is okay? This is true. That's the point. No, it's not me. I'm here with my Jackie Kennedy outfit, chic. No. So it's like so basically, guys, I just feel like this is very significant, okay? For some reason, let's look into this, okay? Oh, here's my cards. I got the bag with cards, okay? So let's get started, okay? About this, because I feel like, guys, what if this is gonna, reveal everything? Guys, the sad, the horrible thing is that we know this. This is not like, oh my God, look at this hot information. It's been mentioned. This a lot of people have. A lot of people have mentioned this, okay? So then I don't understand why it's not a bigger deal, okay? So yeah, so exactly, it's like we, and anyway, so let's find out what's gonna happen. Let's go into this, okay? Okay, the role of Trump, and I think it's obvious that the guy is a hardcore criminal. This guy, okay, this Epstein, and that he got off because he has the information on all these powerful people, obviously, right? Otherwise, you know what I mean? And I feel like, we have to find out. There's a lot to look into this, okay? Yeah. It's not the destruction of it. Yeah, we'll see, okay? We'll see about that because, Let's see with that. I just feel like I think there's going to come a time, just as there was a time when Trump, everything, because obviously we know that there was the help of foreign power, there was the help of the media, there's all kinds of things, but I feel like there's to me, the sense I have before I do the actual reading, okay, is that there's a perfect storm here to take Trump down and to show everything, okay. So let's see, because the truth, we know that this happens, okay. There's like he talks about it in New York, that he's in New York. He was like at all these parties and everything. So it's just a matter of a perfect storm. Somebody's gonna publish it or something, exactly. Not just that he has recordings, but that is just, there's information. I don't believe that this is not exactly so. This is what's coming out. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, what's gonna happen? Okay, let's look. What's gonna happen at the Epstein trial? Okay, what is coming? Let's and this is gonna be, guys, one of those probably more a little bit more cards than usual, just because we're gonna see what's coming. Okay, so what is going to happen at this trial, at this Epstein trial, and how will this trial be portrayed in the media? Meaning, what information? Let's ask this. Okay, what information is going to come out as a result of this trial? Okay, so that's that. Okay, so let's right. So what is going to come out of this Epstein trial to the public? Because it is, honestly, guys, because if you look at, there was this other trial in the past, and it's kind of very hush hush, and there's all these NDAs or whatever. So the important thing is what is going to become public. You know what I mean? Because if it doesn't become public, then you know what I mean? So that's what we need to know. Like, because what becomes public about the in relationship to the Epstein trial. How does this affect Epstein, Trump? Okay? Because I feel like, guys, honestly, as you know, we want to know, right? That's the goal here, okay? Okay, so then, oh wow, guys, this is so interesting. Look, this is the first card, Secrets. Wow, this is like, I love this card. Is very, it's kind of, it scares me a little bit whenever it comes out. Like, this is the High Priestess. That means what is not yet known. So something not just a secret, but something not yet known. So meaning there's stuff that's going to come into play. Okay, it's a little bit like, for example, if this card comes up in a story, there's elements that you don't know about yet. It also means women. It also means the other woman. But I think in this context, it's all about the stuff that's not yet known. Okay, I think secrets. Okay, then we're gonna go back here. Money. Oh, this is erect penis. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Wow, foreign power, guys. This is good. Election or choices. Okay. Woman. Okay, let's see. So I'm just gonna get the cards. This is powerful foreign conversation, guys. It looks like definitely I think just from this that these well, let's. Oh my God, all these questions are coming up because this is a lot of people, men with money who are powerful. This is energy, a new beginning connected to a foreign power or trip or something like that. Conversations. So it's like the recordings, right? Not yet known that they have these recordings. These recordings can affect the choices or the elections, and this just comes out quickly. Okay, so what I feel like in some way he may have, like I've said before, guys, in a reading about Roger Stone, actually, that there is a connection here where they have, it's a black, it's like a black market for what is it called? Blackmail. Okay, so then, let's see here. Mueller, interesting. Yeah, this is like something can be changed, but this is also, guys, sex, right? Wow, guys, you know what? Honestly, I agree. Okay, I'll tell you. I think the thing about it's very possible. Just from the cards, okay. But let's see more. I just want to get all the cards out, and then we'll talk. I'll talk about the details, what it suggests here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, meetings. This could also be cooperation. Now that would be interesting. Different adversity. Gambling. That's right. That's right. Because you know what, guys? This is okay. This is, oh my God. Oh my God. This is how White House or the House. Sad news. Okay. So then we have here. Guys, basically, okay. So, oh my God. I'm like, I can't talk. I can't talk. Let's see. Oh my God, look, the death. Okay. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Okay, sorry guys. I'm like, oh, just okay, guys. So right, let me just stop. Okay. So, all right. So basically, guys. Okay. This is the thing that just this is. I'm gonna talk and then they'll show you the cards that suggest this. Okay. Like I said, the whole thing, this organ thing, I don't want to even go there, guys. I don't want to, honestly, it's a question I don't want to look into. It's not for me. The organ thing, whatever. Let's just say trafficking, okay? So the sex, you know, forcing people into prostitution, basically, okay? So it's too much. It's gory. You know, it comes to a point where it becomes horror porn, where it's like, oh, look, they took their, comes a point where it's like, it's not about the detail of the goriness, you know, right? So it's just like in this case, I'll tell you why. Okay, so but it's okay, guys. It's yeah, it's not just traumatized. You're dead. Like if they take your organs, you're dead. You know, sorry. Like I don't want to get into this. It's like it's not even. I don't like I said. I don't like. There's an element of like, oh my God, this is like, you know, it's not necessary. Okay, all right. So. Yeah, exactly. It's real, but it's like, oh look, is the worst thing they could have done to someone. Okay, what I'm saying is like, I don't know that there's cards that could suggest something like this. Okay, but what it suggests here, just the cards alone, I haven't closed my eyes or anything, is that there is just I want to show you. Oh yeah, there is these cards here that talk about the foreign power. Okay, having the information about these men who are powerful, okay? And then, oh, sorry, this is not the right place, okay? This is, yes. So then, this is, okay, so this is the thing. There is information about the powerful men, okay? And then, this empowers the foreign power. And the thing about foreign power, just wanted to show you guys this quickly. Before I showed you all the cards, this is the foreign power here. Below, there is a woman in bed with a man. And there's gambling and the military, which could be very well some sort of police force, and the women upside down, meaning something happened to them. Okay. Oh, look, could be shady baby here, guys. So, okay, I'll just say this is not something that I'm basing this on, also on reports that, you know, you see all these. This is not news. This is not something I'm saying, revealing or anything. There's a lot of news that say that the Russian mafia is connected to prostitution, okay? And this is how the mafia works. If you're a part of it, you have to agree to whatever they do. You don't pick and choose. You have to do whatever it is, okay? So what it suggests, guys, is something along these lines. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to like world mind this because so my shadow fell here, I think. So yeah. So anyway, so what I'm saying here is that's what it looks like. Okay, that there was this prostitution ring, that there were the women, basically the women that were connected to this were put into this sort of like a prostitution ring of some sort. Okay. And there was the military. The military here, to me, means, this is like, it's very well known. You should watch the documentary, Roger Stone on Netflix. Okay. So the women that were connected to this guy here, okay, there is some sort of agreement or connection to the Russian mob. This is what I believe. Okay, this is what this would suggest. And since there is a connection, either that the women are provided to the guy, there's something here like along these lines. However, there are recordings, okay, and there's some sort of corroboration. There's death, which I think, guys, is true. Okay, I'll show you. This is like, so I just told you the story. So here, let's get started. That was like the big thing. Now was a little bit more detail. Powerful man with money, with power. This is Mueller. Now, because this is the card of the good man, even if it's not Mueller, is a good person, it could be that these men are good people that are innocent in a way, right? Innocent in the sense of like, they were filmed. Didn't know they were being filmed. They did something that would be considered rape in some way, right? And then this causes grief and adversity to them because they have this information, and they have to be, this is a card of loyalty. So they have to do whatever, okay, or they go to prison. You see what I'm saying? So it's sort of like they are totally hopeless, these guys. Okay, this is the situation. Blackmail. That's what it's used for. Okay, that's part one. Part two here, like column 2, this is the something new beginning, something sudden. Energy. Foreign, something foreign, power, foreign. This is foreign power also, okay? Now, this is sex. The man is having sex, okay, if you look at it. This is now, this man here is caught doing this, having sex, okay? There's gambling, meaning, I think here, illegal money connected to this, okay? Then we have a military. I think in this case would be mafia. I think it's mafia, guys, okay? Right? It's in the sense of like, there's the military. It could also be that military is the FBI, say, like looking into it and found this money. And then there's the women, okay? Now, here is the card of Trump upside down. So he is caught in this web, okay? Yes. Okay, so see, it's like, it's very clear, guys, right? It's very clear here. It's so interesting. So, but guys, people say, oh yeah, like having sex parties, being a swinger has nothing to do with sex trafficking. I'm not it's like whatever you do in your life like this has nothing to do with sex trafficking. But you know what I'm saying? Like people, like the fact that somebody has a weird sex life, does something you don't do, that's not the point. The point is that they intersect with this. Okay, so that's what I want to say, is that it's not that, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's very different, but what looks like the cards here are extremely clear. Okay. So is that this is the situation. They trap the men and they trap the women. Okay. So this is the thing. It's like, it doesn't matter if they are depraved or whatever. What happens is when they use innocent people to commit crimes on top of it. This is what is, I don't want it to be a judgment. It's not about moral judgment, is a legal judgment. It's like taking advantage of people who are, I'm not, like I said, I'm not defending these men, it's shady or whatever, but they are being blackmailed. Okay, blackmail is also like a crime, not like it is a crime, and they are using the women. So they have a two-pronged thing, okay? So this is it. So this is the situation, and so this is just 2 columns, guys. So what it suggests here, and the election comes on the right, the side of the right here, is that, like, you think about it, I think I've seen before that I did extensive readings on Roger Stone before that suggest that he is connected to somehow the Russian mob in some way. And if you accept those things, and if you are, connected to this, like I watch mafia movies or whatever, right? Even though the movies that we watch are all about the Italian mafia, which is a little different, I think it's the kind of thing, once you accept the money, once you get into it, you don't get to choose. It's all connected, okay? So this is it, okay? So this is it. Now, all right. So now that's part 1. Now now let's look at the center, okay? So that's the baseline story. Now here, then we have the center of it, secrets, conversations. In other words, secret conversations, probably meaning there is like recorded conversation. Whenever this comes up, guys, to me, because everything here is about the Mueller investigation or another, it means there is evidence of this. Okay. The state of marriage. Now, this is interesting because this card is super interesting because the literal translation of it is like, it's like a marriage, right? There's a marriage, but at the same time, it's always in flux. It's a little bit like it's always the checking. We're always checking what our status is. Okay, so it's a little bit like these are the conversations that say, look, we have this information, and it's like it's a little bit like ongoing. They can always use this as a means to, what I mean? Sort of like, well, if you don't give us this amount of money, remember we have this. So it's never settled. It's always this information that can be used in many ways. Okay. Okay. So then we have meeting. Meetings could also be like this card here. That they have these like meetings, sexual meetings, but also cooperation. We'll have to see the context. Then we have death. Okay. And then we have these people it always appears for this group of people, the criminals. Okay. The people who, the criminals. That's it. Okay, so then we have, guys, now what is important here, okay, is that the death, I think here, if you think about it, look, this is the loyalty to the military, right? Loyalty to the criminal, essentially this criminal organization through death. This is death. Okay, so there are deaths. In this case, guys, how I never see it, right? How I never say like, oh, I don't like to say to be, I don't like to say that. I'm always like, I don't want to, bring it up. But in this case, I actually believe it. It's not interesting. I never say, I'm like, I'll never know. But the connection, it's so interesting how that happens, right? So in this case, I do believe that there could be, either death threats or something like, mafia kind of thing. Okay. Because as you see here, these are all kind of criminal related, and then you have, like I said, loyalty to the laws of the the mob or death. Right? I mean, serious. That's what the cards are saying. I'm not saying it personally. That's what the cards. So let's see going forward. Then what do we have? We have some shady money here that can't be explained. Election card. This is a card about election, crossroads, right? Making a choice. This is a man. Could be, what's his name? Epstein. Then we have the White House. Okay, the connection of Epstein to White House. Now, this is a kind of a creepy card, guys. I'll say it. This is a card. I find this card very strange, but it's really interesting. This is a card of absence. There's somebody who's not there. Okay, so that this woman disappeared, right? This Jane Doe woman. Both Epstein is kind of like laying low, and the woman, her name I forgot. Jane Doe. She disappeared. She's absent. Okay. So then, guys, this is the solution. Now, okay, so what I understand here, guys, this, like I said, as you guys know, when I look at cards, I'm very literal. It's never like, oh, could this be? It's like exactly what the cards say. And they're very direct right now. They're saying shady money, election, Epstein, White House, somebody leaving, solution. So what this suggests to me in context is that there's a lot of money behind Trump and the election. And there's a connection between Trump and Epstein. And the doctor is a person who offers a recommendation. Okay, what is the solution? Is that we both disappear. Okay, now I'm going to say what this suggests also, guys, that it's possible that somebody may have even been killed, because you have here loyalty to the criminal organization, military, right? That could create death. Death leads to disappearance, right? That's kind of like, it's a little shady, but it is what it is. I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying, as you guys know, it doesn't mean I'm not telling the truth, the truth or whatever, but this is what the cards are saying. Okay, so this is more serious. I mean, not that I don't think it could be worse than this, but you see what I'm saying? So then we have here something. Now, this is interesting. This is something coming out really fast. Woman. Could also be Russia, but this is okay. Woman. Ideas or thoughts. or what? This could be the Jane Doe, okay? Sad news. So her ideas or her, how just like it happened with Dr. What's her name? Dr. Ford. Her experiences come out, okay? Like her ideas come out. People are angry. Okay, and then this is interesting. This is a card of the partners, the business partners. So there's a lot of anger at whoever is connected to this, and this is what it suggests. Okay, now let's now see, because guys, I hope, was this clear? I hope this is good, because I still, there's a lot more connections just in the cards alone that explain the different scenarios. Like, okay, so then, okay. Now let's look at the bigger picture here, if there's such a thing. First, there is the money, right? The men, they're powerful, and they are, they suffer grief and adversity, and they're afraid because they could go to prison, or they're compromised, right? The prison doesn't necessarily mean just pure prison. It means compromising situations. Then we have here that there is this money, that this is what's important. This is this shady money or gambling that is connected to this mafia. And Trump is right here. Trump is right next to the women. He's right next to the mafia. He's right next to the money. So that's one thing that matters. Like the way, think about how was Trump financed? He was financed through the money that was made by gambling and by the female prostitution, human trafficking. That's exactly this. That's what it says. Now, then we have, to the right here, we have these secrets and the conversations that talk about these secrets, okay? And the state of marriage, meaning this is something that is not over. This is what this card suggests, is that even though these things happened a long time ago, the information is very valuable and it still is currency. Okay, so then we have here grief and adversity generates money, right? At the same time, blackmailing these men generate tons of money and leads people to cooperate with the White House, but ultimately there's sad news. Okay, so all of this, whatever it is that they got, guys, it's kind of the idea of karma. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting, how, like, I think ultimately is this idea of karma is that they made oh my God, guys, it's like, I'm like kind of clearing myself, protecting myself with light. And like, I suggest the same for you guys, close your eyes and picture like a bubble light, because I'm getting in this, like, almost, not for me, but just observing. It's so dirty, like dirty in the worst sense of the word. Is like, imagine if all the money you made was from all these people, that you caught their dirty secret, whatever it is, these secrets, and the secrets were made from exploiting these men who did all, things with these women. And then the women, everybody was exploited and they became rich that way. And this money that they made went into Trump. And that's what Trump has, like, think of, oh my God, it's so sickening, because Trump is bad enough as is as a person. But when you stop and think about that, the money that went into him came from these activities, you know what I mean? It's so sickening. And then that's what it shows, is that the conversations, so the Trump, this is what I feel like, this karma, guys, this negative thing, is that it's the accumulation of all these things, that they, and it's like, I don't want to, it's not that I'm defending these men that were blackmailed, that I think they're so great for having sex with like teenagers or whatever. No, of course not. But there's a sense of like, they catch everybody who is vulnerable. It's like they're predators, really. Okay. So then, yeah, you're right, Dylan. I'm going to go to church. Yeah, I'm going to get some holy water, really, seriously. So they take these people and they make a fortune out of it and become president out of it. Like, oh my God. And that's, this is the situation. This is like really, and I'm not, guys, I'm serious. Like, I never have said this before. Well, maybe like, I think I've seen it before, not, how to say, like, I've seen Russian people being killed or whatever. But right here, there's deaths even. Honestly, I'll just say, like, I think there's deaths. Okay. I think the death here is not just, it could be, it could be that there's a symbolic meaning here, that he kills these men who committed these crimes. The ending come to the men who commit these crimes, okay, and that there's cooperation with law enforcement, and it's over for them. But I also believe that it may have been, like I said, because it's right next to the military. And that because you have death and absence, this card has appeared to me before when I was one time I was doing a reading for someone for one time I was reading I was doing a reading for someone looking for somebody who had disappeared. Turned out the person died and everything. So this card appeared, okay? Like death, like not just disappearance, but death. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I believe it's possible that people could have died. Like, you know, people who said, I'm going to say it. So, you know what I'm saying? People, I believe, guys, and honestly, from this card, and I'm not, you know how I am. I'm never somebody who would make these kinds of statements. I don't like, oh, this could be, this could. But just from an analytical standpoint, the cards alone suggest that there is possibility that there were deaths connected to this, okay, and people disappeared or were made to disappear as a result of Trump being president, okay, and the connection here between Trump and the Epstein and the White House, okay? So you see what I'm saying? So this is very serious. And then we have something swift. I believe here, guys, I do believe this is the girl, the woman, okay, who's not woman. Now, it's interesting because we have the thoughts of the man, who probably Epstein, and the thoughts of her thoughts. So I'm gonna now ask for other questions as well, but I believe, I'm not sure. I think he's gonna say stuff. He's not gonna hold back. He won't be able to. Okay, so then we have here suddenly everything comes out about her, what she thinks, and it's very unpleasant, sad news. People are angry and they affect all the partners. Like anybody who made the money from these women, anybody who was involved, it comes out, okay, in public. And then we have here, this is the, compromised Trump connected to them. If Trump is connected to these criminals, and the criminals, Trump offers the solution. It's weird here. Trump offers a solution, or their solution to Trump compromises everybody else. And as you guys know, it's sort of like, how do I say it? Yeah, it's like interesting that Trump, he takes everybody down. Whoever is connected to Trump goes down. Nobody, this is what, if anything, this is the good thing, is that the stuff comes out and that he is compromised forever. But guys, honestly, like I said before, I just want to emphasize this, that it's nice to, in cases like this, it's very nice to do cards, because the way I look at this is always analytical. It's not like, I think it could be the man, it could be a woman. It's just like events and circumstances, and it's like interconnected. So that's what it's suggesting. That just a summary. There's very powerful men. They made money from them. They made money from the young women. Trump is part of the crew. Not only does Trump's money come from this, but he's part of it. Okay. And then, yeah, exactly. Everything, Rick Wilson, I think he said it. And then these secrets and these conversations come out because I think there's some sort of cooperation with law enforcement. And also it basically destroys everybody involved. And there was a strategy to keep this hidden while Trump was in office. Okay, because why? Because Epstein made Trump money, and Trump, you know what I mean? So it's sort of like he's connected to Trump. It's something that we don't talk about. It clearly it's not talked about very much, but that's what the cards suggest. People had to disappear if Trump was going to be president, okay? And I think it's definitely the mafia. Okay, so this is, I think it's very clear for now. Now, I think I still have more questions, guys. Okay, so let's continue here. Like, whoa, I feel like it turned out that it's just going to be this topic. Do you guys, it's kind of gripping today, guys. I feel like it's, it's very scary, but it's good too, I think. I think it's, Okay, so. All right, so next I want to know, is Epstein collaborate? But I don't, what, guys, the lawsuit is about Epstein, right? So I'm just trying to think here. He's not connected to Mueller. Okay, I want to know, is there a chance that Epstein is going to talk about Trump, or is going to rat out Trump in any way? One, is there a chance? And then, is there a chance that he could be collaborating with Mueller or the government? I want to know because because here's the thing, guys. From what this reading suggests, because the reading suggests that Epstein is somehow connected to the Russian mob, and obviously Trump's election is connected to the Russian mob, so it's all connected. This is what is amazing, guys. If before I'm always like, oh, let's not go, no. But what it's so interesting is that in this world that they're in, it's a small world. It's all part of the same crew. They work for the same place, and this is the activities. It's a little bit like a supermarket. Like, oh, they do extortion, they do prostitution, they do cryptocurrency, whatever, like all these financial crimes. They do ad, they have this ad that was just busted, an ad, all these different things. It's like, it's all connected. Okay, so now let's look into this. So is Epstein going to say something about Trump? And then B, is he going to collaborate with Mueller? Let's say the government. So first part of the question, is Epstein going to say something about Trump? Oh, his offer. This is an offer. A letter, okay. It's now okay. One thing, I'm saying this card and I'm thinking to myself, does this mean that he has to be indicted first and then they're going to offer something? Let's see, something illegal, document something illegal, okay. And then what do we have here? Oh, yeah, grief and adversity. And then what else? Okay, okay. This card was in, I'm not going to count this card because it was in the wrong. I'd seen it before. Yeah, they'll look foreign, something foreign. So yeah, this is it still wouldn't change. This is I'll just put it here. So this was contrariety and like something unpleasant. Okay, so, and then this is something foreign. And then we have here, now this is a lack of focus. Also, this, I think of it as messaging and distribution. Okay, so I think, guys, I believe this, what I think it is? He could be indicted for these crimes. There's grief and adversity because he's connected to the foreign power, and there's some sort of evidence that he is. And then he's offered. You know what I mean? So I feel like once I think he's found guilty, and then he's offered something. But you know what I mean? I don't know. But let's see. There's nothing quite yet, but let's see just a few more cards. Good effort. New beginning. Corruption, right? Corruption here. Oh, shady, something shady behind the scenes. I think this is him. This is a deal, marriage. The White House. So interesting, right? The card of the White House always appears next to Epstein. It's very, very weird. Okay. This is a woman. Now, could be the woman. Could be that woman. Okay. Let's see here. What else? Then, oh, interesting. Again, the gambling card. Very interesting. I think this is the shady money. Again, guys, isn't that crazy? It's saying the same thing. The shady money connected. Now, this is a news, or this could very well be indictments. News or indictments again. Okay. Information. What else we have? Oh, look, business, right? That's right, the business. This is the gambling business, right? Remember, this is like a gambler, and then it's a business. What kind of business is it? Oh, wow, permanent ending, guys. Whoa, this is really creepy. Okay. Okay. Guys, yeah, you know what? Okay, guys, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps now. I just saw it. It's so clear. I think the answer is yes. I'll tell you why. You know how I always say that sometimes I don't take the way that I read, everybody's different. And sometimes people say, oh, do you like such and such reader? I'm like, honestly, I'll just be honest with you. Most of the people I see online, they just do tarot. And except for very few people, I find it very, how to say it? First, it could be misleading because you only have one system. And a lot of times what the cards say and what they say has nothing to do with anything. So I don't trust most of it. So unless I've learned something from the person, I just feel like they sometimes are making stuff up. So I don't like it. So anyway, but I just want to say that I'm going to use tarot for this because I think it's super clear. This is teamwork. This is offer, new beginning. So what happens? He's working together with people because he was offered something so he could start anew, right? So this is it. Okay, so this is very clear, and it's like I said, sometimes I don't believe in interpretation. I believe that the cards are a little bit like words. Okay, so this is like so then, like I said, I believe that he's going to, yes, the answer is yes. Now, well, let's look at this. I think so. Okay, I don't know, but let's see. This is corruption, loss, theft, and document because of something created something behind the scenes. Okay, so there's evidence of corruption and stuff that happened behind the scenes. There he is. He did illegal things, and there was a deal. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So it's like this shows that the treachery he did, it wasn't alone. There was a deal here. Okay, and then we have here the house. He did have a house of some sort, but I do think it's the White House. The White House is suffering, is going through grief and adversity because of through this woman, her testimony. Okay, then we have, this is the message. Okay, here. Okay, then we have, like I said, this is, let's put this away. This is the foreign power and the gambler and the money. So see here, this is the money. I believe this is actually very literal. It doesn't always have to be something literal, but I think this is definitely gambling money. Okay, or something connected to the casinos, Trump's casinos. Okay, so the casinos were made by the foreign power. We know that. That's not secretive, right? We know that. And this is love notes. Okay, but this is the traditional meaning is love notes. But I think these are notes in general. It could also be, it's like a piece of paper that has some sort of news. Okay, so the arrival of news of what happens, the money that connects to the White House that comes from the foreign power, which is exactly what the other reading had just said. Again, this is a card of a business, right? A traditional business. So it's showing that the corruption of the man here and the group of people he worked with is connected to the White House and the gambling money and their business. So it's saying that in a way, Trump's business was this too. This is what is creepy, right? That there's a connection here. This is transfers and in a kind of like I call it signals intelligence or some sort of intelligence that's like, you see the bad butterfly going quickly. Okay. And so there is talk. Okay. This is like, the other meaning is just something like lacking focus or facade, something like that. Then we have here, just want to show this last card here is the death upside down. Very, very serious. So this is that, guys. Okay, I feel like this death actually worries me a little because like I said, it could be that I don't know that he dies, but I do sense that he's stalking. Okay, that this stuff comes out and it's public, especially what has come out with the organized crime here, casino money, and the money that went to the White House, meaning Trump, right? And then I think I'm gonna ask. Okay. So what about? Tell me about this money and about this death card. What does it mean? Does this mean that something's going to happen to him? Or that people died? What does this mean? Yeah, so guys, okay, so this is, but people, guys, you're saying I've already, but the thing about the children, I've already talked about it. If you go back to the Betsy DeVos reading, I've already looked into it. Yes, they are taking some of the kids from the border and they were selling them for $30,000 in their adoption agencies. This is true. Okay, this is not something that is like this is. I think this is real. Okay, that's part one. Now, what I want to say again, I want to bring it back to that's focused on this one because I think we learn a lot when we focus on one situation. We have to be very specific with the questions. So anyway, so this is the part, like I said, that's focused on this. We can still ask about the children, ask if it's connected, but the important thing here is that this is the money that went to Trump. Trump is connected to the trafficking in terms of, since he took money from the Russian, what is it called? Russian mob, he was connected to this because he knew about it and he was using it in some way. Okay, so the money that went to him came straight from this. That's very, very significant. And then, okay, so then I saw Epstein in a house, kind of like worried. He's very worried about his like something could happen to him, but at the same time, he doesn't have a choice. Okay, I feel like he's lying. You know, once this comes out, this could also mean, guys, that this is the kiss of death to everyone. Which I think this is what the other reading. What was the last card that it was? Yeah, it was people are angry, and it was something like there's people are. This is the kiss of death. This is the final death. Okay. So this is it. Okay. So this is it. Okay. Like this is. I don't know that I don't necessarily see him dying. I feel like this is the kiss of death. Okay, to everybody involved, because could be the news. This is also a card of news. Some news coming about the money and the Russians, but then it all comes about the women. The news about these people spells the death, the ending. Okay, so this is it. Now that's him. So yes, the answer is yes. He's likely to collaborate. Now, the other big question: is this in any way connected to Trump? I'm sorry, to Mueller. Is Mueller going to be using some of this information, or is this part of the Mueller investigation into the Russia, right? Because if Trump, this is what it looks like. Trump took the money, he made money from prostitution, basically, or whoever gave the money came from money of prostitution, then is this not going to be part of the Mueller investigation in some way, right? So this is this going to be eventually connected to the Mueller investigation? Is Mueller looking into this at all in any way? Oh wow, yes, I think so. This is the sun, right? The sun looks into everything. Oh, this is blackmail, guys. He's looking to blackmail. Oh my God, he's looking to blackmail. Oh my God, I'm like, ooh. You know, it's like he's looking to the people that are being blackmailed, because they all are blackmailed. All these people, right? Oh my God. Wow, yeah, the money. Look, he's looking into the shady money that came from blackmail. Oh my God, damn. Wow. Whew. Long-term problems for long times. This is the family, or the family long-term problems. This could be the Republicans, guys. I wonder. Oh, congratulations. So the trick, I think, could be the family. It could be growth. Okay, has long-term problems through aggression, or they lead to aggression. Okay, or this was the way that they were. This card, like this, is a little bit connected to this. It's like a lot of pressure, aggression. So they were under a lot of pressure, and a lot of aggression. A lot of pressure because of the aggression that they all had. Okay, so Mueller is looking to what is the blackmail situation. This is work. Okay. Main person, yeah, this could be the. We'll find out more about the woman here, who it is. Oh, I think this is the Russians. This one is not this. See here. Oh, prison, really? Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, this is the vision. Okay, and then we have. Where is this? Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry. And then we have, what is it? Oh, look. Oh, yeah, meetings. We have sex meetings. Yeah, wow. This is to come into prominence. So these things become known. Create change. Yeah. Wow, surprised. Very good. Yeah, people surprised. Yeah, oh wow, look guys, this is interesting. This is a card. Some of these cards are really unique. And like this set of Sibyllas, very interesting, right? They're very, I don't see cards like this in other ones. They're very unique. So this is a card of pleasure and fun, but this is also parties, right? So the people dancing, having fun, right? This is like partying, I think. So yeah, upsetting, right? But they're surprised about the parties. Yeah. Law. Law comes for you, bitch. Yeah. Look, I have eyeshadow his color. Yeah. Match him, match law. So, wow. Oh, very nice. Yeah, this is facade. Okay, so this is something else discovered. Okay. Yeah, this meeting, reunion, right? Meetings, could be meetings. Yeah, this is the lawyer or the law. Okay, so then let's look at this again. So the question is the blackmail of groups of people because leads to prison. And also, guys, I think this could be, let's say, because of the women, I think in this case it is women, puts them in a prison, but I think in this sense traps them, but this becomes known. So the blackmail becomes known, and the parties that led to, that they, and their agreements in some ways, right? So that led to these agreements. So see what I'm saying? So it's like these people are built. I think even I think here, guys, I actually do believe that it could be some Republicans here. Okay. It doesn't spell out, but that's what I think. Okay. So this is exposure of the pressure they were under for a long time. Work. Meetings. Okay. Surprise. Facade. So you see, so I feel like there is the knowledge of how they've been pressured for a long time, and this has affected their work and their connection, okay, and their meetings. There's a surprise because of what goes on behind the scenes. So guys, it's very clear, guys, honestly, it's very clear that we know that they are being blackmailed, right? In a way. We know that. This is not right. Nothing else explains their attitude. Okay. So this is what it looks like, that this explains why they worked the way they worked, right? This is why, right? So this is okay. So then you have here something related to money, aggression. So we see this leads to the aggression. So this so this is what is interesting in the cards, is that they suggest that their aggression, they would say the Russian aggression, is an extension of an aggression they were already exerting onto these people. Because guys, think about it. These Republicans, it's not something that happened one day to the next. Even though you think, okay, what's his name? Lindsey Graham it is. But they've had this information for a while. Guys, and as I'm saying this to you guys, it's saying to me, remember that the Democrats were hacked, but so were the Republicans. We don't know about what these Republican emails said, but could be very well, that this is like they hacked them for a different purpose. So then we have now here, in this case, I do believe it's the Russia. Okay, so they are trapped. This is the prison work. So they are trapped to work. They are in prison to work for Russia, right? So they are trapped to work for Russia in that way. And this is the vision. So they have since I was like, I want to confirm, what is it? So they have to fight for the Russian vision, right? They're not just work for Russia, but work for the Russian vision. Okay. And then we have here the law in broad terms, right? Change. So to change the world, right? Probably to change things to meet the Russian goals. And there's a law here that comes and changes things. Okay. So this is like, it's kind of big deal, guys. I don't know what I was expecting today reading about this, but it's like, wow, I'm kind of like processing all this, but it makes a lot of sense, right? But this is what it looks like. Mueller is, like I said, obviously he's looking into these Republicans, but what do they, because obviously he's asking himself, like, what do they have on them? Why are they obviously acting like this? And the answer is this, that they have all this information, and they've had this information for years. And I think this is where Epstein comes in. Guys, this is not secret, but that guy, what's his name? That lawyer that is always defending Trump, and he used to be quote unquote a liberal. Was it Dershowitz, right? Dershowitz. And then, how he was in this, he was caught. His name was in this thing, and then he was supposed to do this. So I feel like this goes back a long way. This is not a coincidence, okay? So yeah, so you see what I'm saying? So this makes perfect sense that it's all, you know, in the end it's all interconnected, because I said before that there was this private, remember how I said something about Michael Cohen actually? And this could very well be, actually, this could be Michael Cohen. I don't know. But remember how I said, like, Michael Cohen had this weird storage facility? He had all these recordings that there was a Hasidic Jewish guy who was, I saw all of this, who was guarding this place. They had all these tapes, okay? And I think this is it. You know, is this that a secondary network of blackmail? Okay. So yeah, guys, we don't know. Okay, this stuff never comes out. We don't really know if they are having sex. Who knows, guys? You know, so you know, it's like you know, this is what is really interesting about this is that, and I didn't, you know, I don't know that I was thinking anything, but I think especially the reading just before, you know, spread right before this one that showed that the Trump, all the money that goes to Trump comes from prostitution, right? That is comes from prostitution and not just gambling is not always illegal, but there is this, you know, this like gambling money situation, right? So anyway, wow, guys, I'm like kind of like shocked, not shocked, but you know, I'm just processing. So okay, oh my god, okay, so guys, that's what I want to know. Then tell me, you know, if you don't. I mean, I think you know, you're here because you like me. Let's start. I'm like, you know, I was going to ask you the question. Do you mind if because I keep digging. I'm like, second investigator. I want to know. I want to know. So, because you know what I want to know next? I want to know if are we going to have the names of the Republicans? Are we going to have the names of the people who are involved? Because I want to know the names. Like, is this like who is it? I don't know their names, but you know, Shaka Grassley. I want to know these people. You know, all these people that are like, I don't like gay. I don't like a gay. No. So this is what I want to know. Okay. So are we going to have the names? And are we going to have, you know? Oh, interesting. Yeah. So yeah, Miss McClellan, turtle. Well, turtle. No, oh my God, these people. No. Yeah, let's see. Are we gonna have names? Are we going to have a Parade Republica? Here. Oh, here. Oh, here. What is it? I have one for you. Yeah, you like handcuff. Merry Christmas for you. I have it. Yeah. Here is key for you. You do this. You open like this, but you cannot open because I have keys. Okay, everybody has keys. You don't. Okay. So this is it. Okay, so now let's find out. Oh, we're going to see names. So we have names of the Republicans that were, you know what I'm saying? Because I think we feel it, but this is what I want. I want the exact, almost like a spreadsheet. I want the spreadsheet that say Rand Paul, Twinkies. No, but that was gay. You know, I think there's a lot of gay men. You know, those guys. But this is what I want to know. A politician X, they have the information about why they asked them to do this because of that. You know, so this is what I want. On spreadsheet. On spreadsheet. Do we have spreadsheet? Are we gonna have the names of the people, exact people who were blackmailed out of this? This is money? Okay. Yeah, this is legal, some sort of like legal manipulation, legal aggression. Oh, this is agreements. Shady agreements of sex, huh? This is changes. Oh, this is treason or, you know, betrayal. Offer, okay. So, difficult changes. Because of offers. They had to offer. Yeah. So, okay. Just click here. I gotta click something. So, guys, you know, it's interesting. It shows so far that, well, we'll see. Oh, happiness, yeah? Business agreement. Waiting. Okay. Okay, then we have, what's this? Oh, this is a look at the young women. This is the teenage woman card. In this case, I believe it is, okay? Oh, false person. Yeah. Okay, so The man of my, yeah. Oh my God, very interesting. Let's see. I'm just gonna get the cards on and see. Oh, this is not good. Bad news for you, yeah. Love. Oh, that's right. Oh my God, how interesting. Look, the love. The sex stuff is bad. Brings bad news for you, and it makes you hopeless. So this is a lot of people sick. Makes people sick. Yeah, this is they're exposed as enemies. Loyalty, interest, very interesting. Okay, guys, so it shows that basically they were, if we go back to here, they were having a hard, this is always a problem or betrayal or something, and this has changed. So they had a problem moving on because of an offer, or they had to make an offer. So I feel like it's kind of like the moment they wanted to do their own thing, they would ask for this money to be transferred. This is also a transfer and flight to be transferred to them, or the negative stuff related to sex would come out. So they always had to make an offer. They were expected to make payment. This is what I think, okay? Then we have here business dealings, but at the same time, they would get money as well. I think in some way, this is like a corrupt scheme. Upset. There was one reading many years ago, several readings ago, a long time ago, that I remember how it described this scheme that was used with Trump, where they would say stuff like, we have this very dark information. What would happen if he came out? And at the same time, they would give him these deals. They would give him money. So this was the manipulation. It goes both ways. On the one hand is this dark information, but on the other hand is advantages. So that they don't necessarily hate them, right? Obviously, they probably hate them in some level, but on the other level, it doesn't seem completely bad to them because they have some benefits as well. But it's like being in prison, right? So they are not really free. They are bound by these rules, but at the same time, they feel like they get luxuries out of it. Okay. Then we have expectation. So here is unexpected, like this is unexpected money and wealth is expected, right? So at the same time, like I said, they're blackmailed. They are expected to give money, but also they get things in return if they behave. Does it make sense? So this is like really kind of interesting. And at the same time, this is the false person. This is the lie, right? And this is the young woman. So they're saying, look, this is the real you. You're a false person. You're with these women who are like, everybody thinks they're children. And this is but we give you money. Doesn't make sense. It's so strange. So we give you money, even though, and we also know that you have this thing with the women. Okay, so this is kind of weird combination. And this is supported by this card, the card of love. I don't think it's actual love. It's sex, okay? But it's the similar, as you know, there's all these cards that are really, there's love cards. There's the cards that relate to, emotion, love, and sex. There's cards related to work, So this is love. Then we have, this is bad news. This is a negative delivery, bad news, okay? So love delivers bad news to them and makes them feel hopeless, right? So, and then this is kind of so horrible. This is called a loyalty. So this hopelessness makes them comply, like makes them be loyal, obey. You see what I'm saying? It's very sick. This is the exposure of the enemy, makes them sick. So it's also the exposure of their dark side, okay? And like I said, because they think, what's so interesting, guys, I'm getting some of them. What is so interesting, guys, here is that what I'm getting here, how these guys, they're very like, this is a sin, this is bad, everything is like, oh, look at her, she's has, they judge everyone, right? But at the same time, even though it is everything, they're super hypocritical, they judge themselves as well. They say, oh, I'm a sinner, whatever it is. So they know they're doing something quote unquote wrong. And this is why they're so afraid, because people like, I don't know, it's like, honestly, I don't really care, but this is bad because this is illegal, but like somebody's gay, like, I don't like, it's good for him. Like, I don't care. But for them, it's like they can't, because their whole lives was based on attacking people for being gay, so if they discover for being gay, it's like very strange to me. I don't get it, but to them, it's over because they're like, oh, it's the big sin. I'm a sinner, whatever it is, however they think. But this is it, okay? So that's what binds them, is that there's this like shady manipulation through money, okay? But also they get these deals in a way because they know that their love life exposes them both as enemies of themselves, but also enemies of the country, right? This is what leads to compliance. So then he said, I have the money, that they also get money, they get, wealth, but then there's this dark stuff related to women, and that becomes bad news to them, and makes them sick. And so this is, the whole situation is hopeless to them, and that's why they comply. So this explains, guys, this is interesting, right? So it explains everything, I think, here, right? And why they're so compliant. It's so interesting, right? It's so compliant. This is exactly how they're manipulated into it. And that's it, okay? So, because I think, guys, if hopefully this is, all this stuff is going to come out, and we're going to understand more and more. But I think it's like we need to know exactly. For us, it's very strange to understand, like, how come people do this? It seems so crazy. Why would you do something like this? But those people that manipulated them were very clever, very smart. Okay. And what was I, guys, I remember reading I don't remember how I was reading recently all these articles about the Russian operations in the weird countries. I think it was, this was about the Americans, those illegals or whatever. There was one guy who was in France, and what he did was he befriended somebody from the French government, and what he was looking for was not to influence anything, was to find out dirt about the Mitterrand government, something like that, okay, or something like, because they know, this is the thing, it's part of their operation. If they find dirty information, then they are exactly the other clubs, exactly. Joe and especially may come from over there, exactly. So it's just like, it's very interesting, okay? So this is what is interesting. It's like something that for us, like I said, it's very hard to believe that for us, I think also for women, I think we don't have, so guys, let's talk about this other thing about men, how it's so strange. How they always like, women are so emotional. They're too emotional to do things. They're very emotional, but what about these guys? Their dick is weak. It's like, I'm sorry, I was a little hard, direct, but it's true. It's like, it's so strange, it's like, it's like they could do, I mean, I don't think a woman, I mean, maybe, like, I don't know if it's possible. Well, actually, I'll tell you a story. I think it is possible. It was possible. I'll give you an example later, but it's just like, I don't think that women are like that. I don't know. Okay. It's just like you would like sleep with, I don't know. It's just like, seems weird to me. Okay. Oh, then I'll tell you the story. So it has happened before in East Germany. This is what it was. Was it, in Germany? I read this incredible story about the women. Oh, no, it was a documentary. I think it was a documentary. It's online. It's on YouTube about these women who, East Germany used to be all these spies everywhere. So those guys were sent to West Germany to find women who worked in the government, high-level government. At the time, they were secretaries or whatever. So these guys were like these con artist type men. They were trained to be like that. Like, oh, you're a wonderful woman. I love you so much. And they bought into that thing. Okay, so they were really manipulated in order to find out this information. And they got a lot of information out of it. So, but it took a lot. It takes, basically, in order to seduce someone, it takes a lot more work. Because we're not like, oh, there was a hot man. Whew. I want to go sleep with him. Yeah. I couldn't help myself. Like, I think, maybe if you're like a teenager or something, right. But I think what I'm saying is like, it's hard to, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like hard to believe the stuff that we read about. I was like, are you kidding? The stuff they risk, it's unbelievable. Stuff they do, it's like, whoa, are you serious? So, so anyway, so this is, the answer is yes. Okay. So, okay. I'm trying to think, guys. So this, oh, wow. Yeah, but Melania is a cool one, but I don't think that she gets the money. She's not love. It's a transaction. But the person who dictates the transaction is the man. Because the currency is his, is sex, right? She's not like, hers is like, yeah, I like money. I'll but not that many women, don't you think? I think it's interesting, okay? Because and this is like, I remember reading this thing, guys, about how a lot of women, there's a lot of wealthy women who inherited money, okay? Like, right? So a lot of these women, once they divorce, they never remarry. Very like, I'm just like, I'm trying to think of like older. This is like some story or some research I read or something like that. Because once women have financial security, you're not going to risk it. You know what I mean? So it's just interesting. It's just an interesting thing. Um, because and this is what it was. The comparison between all these men who are like 80 years old and marry a woman who's 25. Obviously, the woman is only marrying the guy for money. But a woman in the same position, if she's as wealthy as the man, would not marry a guy who is 30, because men are not, they like the young women or whatever. They could, but the reverse is very there's something just really weird there. You know what I mean? So this is that, like this, just this idea that I think anecdotally, right? Men are not like, they prefer young, like really young women, and women know that if a man likes them for their money only, it's not love. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't think it's interesting. So, yeah. Good night, guys. So, wow. Anyway, so on what I was saying, but so, wow. Guys, there's so many questions. There's so many questions, but I feel like I'm kind of like, this reading is very intense. Okay, I don't know that I want to get like. I'm trying to think, guys. I feel like this topic is so intense. What about tear gassing? What about Kanye? I did several readings on this. So, good night, guys. So, okay, I'm just thinking. Yeah. So, I'm just like, okay, so guys, it's just kind of like I feel transported here. Okay. So I'm just trying to think here. So there's this. Because I almost feel, guys, it's you know what? Since we're at it, let me ask. This is another part of this topic. This was not written on the list, okay? But I feel like since we're at it, might as well just ask it, okay? Just quickly here. What about the children in the border who are in these concentration camps? Are they being sent to prostitution in some way? Is this true? Is this true? I just want to know, okay? And then we'll call it a night. Obviously can watch this later, but I since we're at this subject, so let me find out, okay? She knows, you're asking there. I don't want to get into this, explain this too much, but there's this business partner of Trump who was arrested in Turkey, actually, and maybe a vision. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I want to know. Tell me, are any children from the border? I understand this is a whole scheme here. Are they being organized into some sort of like prostitution ring? Okay, like this is the thing. I just ask on a basic level. I've read all these reports that there's some of them being abused sexually and everything is true, but the question is really, yeah, it's I know that's been reported, but what I want to know is, I want to know about it, if there's like they're getting to this mafia situation, or is there? I think it's possible. Okay, I don't want to, because I see that there's I saw this image of what I've seen before as that place in Michigan for connected to DeVos. Okay, and I don't know, guys. This is like maybe I think I just wanted to ask this question. I don't know that I want to know too many details, like I said. But what I saw here is that there's this move to send them to these adoptions agencies or whatever, all these things, there is a almost like they are on the lookout for a certain look, or for they're being watched, okay, I think. And there's the man who says, I feel like I've seen this face before, I feel like they are, but this is not a random guy off the street guy. It's like some powerful white guy, this donor, Republican donor type, okay, who's connected to this adoption agency. He's like, oh, I want to introduce them to some sort of like, possible adopting family, but it turns out to not be an adopting family, but some sort of like high class, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want to name, this is not the point. Okay. I don't know, guys. I don't know the names or anything. I don't want to say like, I would never like, oh, this person, it's a very serious thing to say about someone. I don't want to, this is not my role. You know what I mean? But I do think that there's something there. Okay. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think, guys, if anything, okay, if anything, I think there's something, I feel like the whole thing that already exists that we already know about, okay, that these things of these adoption agencies, they make money from them already, okay? So that's, okay, now let's see then the question. These people who are in the business of selling children for adoption, are they going to be exposed by the Mueller investigation at all, or any sort of investigation to the country? Are we going to do that? I think it will take years, but yes, okay. I think this whole thing, but it's showing that the thing about showing here, the thing about Epstein and the whole thing will have weakened that protection to, what's the word? Is like, it's almost like there was a big wall, okay, a network. There was a big network, okay, and then once it starts falling down, when people start being, the names are named and everything, then it becomes easier to prosecute. The problem is that there's so many people involved. They make money from this, either by taking Russian money or shady money, or by having been found, you know what I'm saying? So it's sort of like there's a lot of powerful people who don't want to upset the pedophile network, whatever it's called, So, so this is why they stop all these investigations. They do all these things. There's so many higher ups who are working to not make this information public. But once it becomes public, then it's weakened, and then all these things, okay. So that's what I feel like. And then yes, it's exposed. I think their strength is that they work in the dark, okay. So once the dark is like, once the darkness is over, then the power is, their power is gone. Then they can be prosecuted and everything. So that's that. So GR mentioned something, somebody mentioned something like, oh, could have been a Mormon. I just want to say something, guys, about this. This is difficult to think about, not just this topic, but as in, I know most of you and everything, and it's great and everything, but sometimes the problem with having a forum like this is that even the people that I know and everything, sometimes there are people who are fake, who after a while it turns out that they come to here, for example, to spread rumors, okay? So this is why I don't want to, like, it's not the point to name names. It'll be like, who's this person? Could it be such and such? Because sometimes people use these forums to spread rumors, and this is how propaganda works, so this is why I don't want to. And if I had seen someone and had seen a face, I would say, just as I said, that it was the thing about Betsy DeVos is not the problem, but I just feel like, yeah, somebody was mentioned, like, yeah, it's like, so it's just like this is why, exactly, like, this has nothing to do, no, the GR have nothing to do with it. It's just that there was somebody else, I think her name is Connie, she had made a comment, and this is how rumors spread. This person, I'll just be out there because I remember. This is the same person that said something the other day. I wished her happy birthday, and it was very sweet of her. And, maybe so. but it's just like you never know. Okay, so this is how you kind of, I never know. Um, you can't make this, you know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah. So because the kind, this is very serious, guys. You're like, oh look, it looks like such and such is like a child molester, abuser, whatever. So and by the way, a lot of the evangelicals, I think I'm not like, definitely not like oh, I love Mormons, but the Catholics and Mormons and a lot of are the ones that the evangelicals don't like. But so you have to be aware of the propaganda channels and everything, right? So it's just that, okay? And for so anyway, this is putting a parenthesis here. So no, County, it's not that. It's just like how I just want to say, bring it up because I feel like I'm the kind of person, I like to be transparent. You know what I mean? So this is why I like to explain when I think something feels weird. I just say it, and then we resolve it because it's all out in the open. Because the worst thing that happens is like, oh, the person made a comment and it's weird, and then but it's like it's not okay, And this is the thing. It's like what it's like. This is the kind of thing. Just you're not making sense. You're saying like, oh, there's some sort of, like, what does Mormon have to do with like you are spreading some sort of rumor, even if this is not your intention, but this is how it becomes read. So this is what I say. Like this is like a very very sensitive topic, and is not something that you want to say lightly. Like, oh, I feel like this person, whatever. So anyway, so like it's not, I don't want to generalize. That's what I mean. Like I don't want to generalize by religion. I don't want to generalize anything. It's just that it's just like I'm just explaining to you guys how I come into why sometimes I am snappy, or sometimes then I'm learning that I just have to call people out and call myself out. The same thing. It's just like when I think something's weird, I bring it up, and that's that. Okay. So anyway, so that's that, guys. It's just like I don't want to, and it's like I was gonna say here. Yeah, I just feel like it's part of this whole thing. It's not a one person. It's like a group. Obviously they have to help each other to make it happen. They need protection from their friends. So yeah. So then you know what I mean. So it's just like. So that's that, and I feel like I'm gonna say, yeah. So I was gonna say, yeah, no, but anyway, guys, it's just like I just want to, to finish it that way. I just feel like there, and at the same time, I feel like these people who are, and I was gonna say the feeling I have here too is that there is I was gonna say there is a I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted by what we're saying here. Yeah. So anyway, so there was just a group of people who have been doing this for a long time. Okay, and the solution is things are going to come out, and we're going to know all the truth. Okay, the truth about all these things. And I was also going to say, I don't think that this is as big with the immigrant children as I thought. Okay. And so that's that. Okay. So then I don't think, what I was going to say is that this is how I got lost with this, is that there are predators. This is a truth here. I'm saying this is not something we think about, but there is men and all these people who find women into trafficking or whatever. And so then what happens is that they find these vulnerable people. Okay. So that's that. Okay. And so this is how it is. And it's like, this is what I think the immigrant girls more, I don't necessarily think that there is like a very open, like super big thing, like that. It's more like there is some of, it's like, it's a smaller thing. It's local. It's not like the Russian thing necessarily. Okay. So this is a good thing, I guess, it's not that. And that's the thing, guys. So the thing about the, I just going back just to finish the night, everything about the comment I made and everything like that is like I said, because we don't know each other in person. We don't know who we are. People could be, and I say this because in the past, when I first started the Patreon, there was a person who had a Latin name who appeared to say all these things that were, and I just want to say this, and that she would say all these things, and I'm saying that, I'm saying that Connie's like this, but I just like, I have to be, it's not about who you are and if you are nice or not nice. It's more about how, when I see a comment, I just have to bring it up, because the worst, this is like the internet situation makes us all we all have to do, not just me, is to say, what did you mean by that? Because it's not okay, and it's like, and so this is it, and if the person says, oh, but I'm not like that, well, the statement that you made makes us think that. So it's like that. If the person, I don't think that if she meant it, maybe didn't mean it, but this is how we interpret it. So this is how we disarm anything that we, if you're suspicious or if you think it's weird, you should bring it up, and there shouldn't be a big deal, because that's the nature of the internet, So anyway, so that's that. Okay. So, that's it. That's it. It's like, it shouldn't be like, we shouldn't be like super touchy or whatever. It's like, it is what it is. We don't know who we are, and we don't know who we are, and people could be pretending or whatever. But the point is, it's not about like calling out people's names or whatever. That's just my thing. So that's it, guys. So that's that. Okay, and so that's that. Okay, so that. Oh my God! Look, this is fun. Yeah. So, oh my God, and I'm not perfect, you guys. Sometimes I'm like an asshole, and I'm like, can be annoying and everything, but it's just, that's just, I think it's easier, to do it this way. So anyway. Oh my God, look. Oh my God, fun. So that's it, guys. I feel a little bit drained, honestly, from this. I mean, I think it was a good reading. It was very interesting, and I almost have to watch it again. So I have to like watch it again, and like just really like, wow, it's like so much information, and so I feel like, I was gonna say, yeah, it's just like, I feel like there was all these other topics. Also, this is almost like not as urgent as everything else that's going on, the Jeremy Corsi and everything. But I think this is the bottom, This is this what it suggests, is that this is the bottom. This is what they really are hiding. This is it, And I feel like this is what we have to get almost like prepared for. But I'm like, I thought this was hopeful, because I think we are very close to observe, to making this public. Yeah. I'm gonna, guys, I'm gonna send you the link, okay, for the Amazon. I got it on Amazon, these two ones. Oh, weird. It's very weird. Yeah. So I'll put the links up. Oh, well, C won't work, but that's okay. I got 12. So see, eventually you cannot stretch too much. Oh, but then it becomes a ring. Oh, look, it's a ring. So, so I think it's like many of you have said, it's very, very hopeful. So, all right. All right. So, okay, guys. So see you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Thank you for your patience, and sorry, but I will try to not be late tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Okay. Okay. Bye.